My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. Look, these Ascension levels haven't been going incredibly well for us recently. They've been going substandard, to say the least. Here's hoping this is where they take their turn. Alright, so there appears to be no easy elite to snipe out with the next 3 combats have 1 HP. We could choose a rare card for 7 max HP. That's ooh, Barricade is our first option. Yeah. Yep. Yes, thank you. Okay, so we probably want to dodge as many elites as possible this floor and just pick up powerful defensive cards. Since I lost the max HP in order to pick up Barricade rather than anything else, we should be in a relatively good position to go for an early shot. Considering the possibility that we might pick up... we can take some damage here. Considering the possibility that we might end up picking up a body slam early. It's a common, so it doesn't cost too much. Hell, we might actually have enough for an entrench. Ooh, power through. That's big for an entrench, for like a starter for an entrench or a barricade deck. But the problem is those wounds. We're also actually, funnily enough, going on a 4 upgrade path with no elites. We might actually go Searing Blow. Huh. I really wasn't actually expecting that, but you know what? That works. So I can defend myself for 5 damage this turn, or for 6 by killing the frontliners, so... kind of a no-brainer right there. Unfortunately, we don't get Bash in that hand. The Searing Blow at the moment is just 2 strikes stapled together. Poorly as well. Do I take value cards while I'm waiting to build the barricade deck? No. I don't want to thicken up the deck while I have the Searing Blow in it. Offering is really good. Feel No Pain can be really good with a barricade deck. Bottle Tornado and Mummified Hand are obviously great options here, but unattainable. Feel No Pain is incredible against the elites this floor, specifically for the possibility of fighting the Sentinels and having them just give you a ridiculous amount of block from the Dazed. But I think we might actually just be better served by removing a strike. Specifically because we want to go elite. Sorry, not elite. Exclusively not what I just said. That's, it's a lot of HP, but we got an Orichalcum out of it, so, you know, worth. Okay. So if we can survive through this fight, we can have 2 more upgrades on that Searing Blow. Actually going to play the Barricade this turn because I get 6 block at the end of the turn. I get to retain that. Sweet. Orichalcum is actually really good with the Barricade build right now. Not forever, but right now it's really good. Because it means while I play the Barricade, I'm still doing something that same turn. Shrug It Off is huge for this deck. This might just become a Searing Blow deck that has Barricade in it. Girya, you can now gain strength at rest sites up to 3 times maximum. We'll never be doing that. There's no reason we would do that rather than just upgrade the Searing Blow again. And we're dead. That would have helped, that would have helped, that would have helped, that would have helped, that would have helped. We only got 1 defend in the opening hand. 1 defend is actually the worst amount of defense that we can get in the opening hand because the Orichalcum already defends us for more than 1 defense worth. So, like, I can't split the enemy this turn. I can't do anything else this turn. We'd lose that. Alright, fair enough. The problem that I'm considering is if I rest here early in order to make sure that I can continue the run and stop upgrading the Searing Blow, I end up getting to this boss with a dead card in my deck and Barricade, because we're not going to be using that. Very few attacks in my deck because I'm cutting them for the sake of the Searing Blow, and no damage because the Searing Blow isn't consistently upgraded. Searing Blow is kind of all or nothing consistently, as far as builds go at least. So I probably go for the 1 HP elite. We could get 1 elite with that. But it is an absolute maximum of 1 elite. It can be a little scary. Alright. We do get an early shot. Might find something that helps me build. I'll take a Feel No Pain early, sure. True Regret, Natural Companion, Havoc, Natural Companion. Easy choices so far. Back of Preparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. As long as my next space is not a combat, we're in a good position here. Another Havoc. Wild. It's not a combat. I'll take the 26 rather than the 7 max HP because I actually just heal 6 in this combat. Battle Trance is amazing here. Both of those Havocs need to be upgraded, so does the True Grit. But we have no aggressive cards already added into the deck, so I need to upgrade the Bash first. Because we have the Elite in the next space. Yeah. That was 100% correct. This has got to be 3 strikes. Like, there's a 1 in 6 that the Havoc plays the Bash for me here. My next hand is actually going to be garbage anyway. Just play the Feel No Pain for me. Whatever. We are going to take a lot of damage to this combat. Okay, at least that burned a defend, and then we got a huge amount of block out of just playing that 1 card. 13 for playing that 1 card. That's not bad. It's 3 strike as well as 3 block. Alright. So we'll be able to get our kill here. And if we do it with Bash, we actually have the Pen Nib lined up for the start of the next turn. Whirlwind is just too valuable not to play. I believe there's currently a bug where if random sources like Havoc or Mayhem play an X-Cost card, it actually takes all of your energy, which it's not supposed to do. That would be unfortunate if it happened to us. I'll save the money here and lose the Gambler's Brew. Elites have 25% less HP. I would love to go for 2 more elites right now, but the deck is just not well prepared for that, unfortunately. Alright. I actually could have gotten the Feel No Pain out that turn. It's not like it matters, but I could have. No Whirlwinds. The True Grit. Okay, both of those True Grits need their upgrade. Whirlwind needs its upgrade, actually. It's a lot of our aggression. But our defense is more important against this enemy in the end. We don't play the Havocs in the final fight this floor, though. Alright, those True Grits need their upgrades. Ooh, damn it. Immediately the Whirlwind proves that it was the better decision there. So here I can get 16 block this turn. Sweet. Unfortunately, now we're weakened as well as frail. Life just got a lot harder for us. 1 in 3 for Havoc to play Whirlwind. It played Havoc, which played a Strike. Lame. Now, if I play 2 defends this turn, I actually get less than the Orichalcum would defend me for. So instead, I'll do that. Ow. And... take some damage this turn. Got to break a couple eggs in order to make a couple cakes. We have a lot of defensive cards. We have no aggressive cards in the deck right now. This is a recipe for tragedy. Burn out the Simple Defend. This would be the deck for Barricade. If we get Barricade after the first boss, we're actually straight off to the races. Havoc played Strike. Neat. We're never going to play the Whirlwind in this combat. Okay, Havoc plays defend. Sure. It's 8 block from a single defend. I mean, that's not bad. Sweet. Should be set up for a kill next turn with basically any draw. Slave it down. Thunderclap can't be part. Like, neither of those are damage engines for this deck is the problem. As much as I want another True Grit, no. We're probably just dead to this boss. We're gonna have a huge amount of difficulty taking this boss down in the first round here. If I burn Bash from the deck, we just lose basically instantly. Damn it. Alright. Feel no pain. True Grit, a defense. Single strike, and then Whirlwind just to increment the pen nib. Yeah, we're definitely not offending this turn. Reasonable amount of defense, just still very on edge about it. Sweet. So I can double damage with the Twin Strike right now. Sorry, Twin Strike, the Single Strike right now. We need it, like, a single spot weakness makes this deck incredible. But without it, this deck is garbage. Ugh, there goes a pretty important card for us. Shoggoth is very, very, very capable of defense. We definitely need to remove the Whirlwind. There's no way we ever end up playing that. These are garbage hands. We'll throw them. It's really important we play the Bash. Keeping you vulnerable at all times is basically the only way we get to deal damage with this deck. There goes the strike. Alright, that's a full defense. Bash strike. So we're 6 from the next pen nib, a third through the HP of the enemy, but the thing is, our deck is now, what, 10 cards large? Havoc to burn out a strike is probably pretty good here. I'm going to need to start using the True Grits to burn out the Havocs. In fact, I'm doing both of those this turn. Okay. Oof. Okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? Enemy has 27. I've got 15-9 as my maximum damage. 15-9 is 24. So unless I go for defense this time, we're dead. And hell, even if we go for defense, we just don't have any damage in the deck. One copy of Body Slam also would have done it. Like, literally, just one copy of Body Slam would have been enough for this deck. True Grit, the True Grit. There's nothing I can do. I effectively just have to watch myself die here. Because this turn, what do? I True Grit that, and then I pull it back, and so that I don't die, I True Grit that, and now I have no damage in the deck. Just gonna concede that one. Spot weakness. Single copy of... Actually, Clash would have been surprisingly good in that deck, specifically for boss fights, because I could have purged all of the negatives from my deck relatively easily. I think I was offered a Clash, so that's a mistake that I made then. Single spot weakness, single body slam. A couple different options there that would have been really good for us. That's a common and an uncommon as well. It's not like I was looking for a rare. Alright. But Barricade would have made us basically impervious. Alright, I don't really have any good way to judge where I should go here. Well, actually I do. We'll take the Meow's Lament. If we can snipe out an elite with it, we can actually snipe out the Emerald elite. Getting that early on can be really powerful. I don't want to take the Entrench before I get the deck that supports it. I'll just take a Metallicize here. I've taken the Entrench before I get a deck that supports it enough times to know that I won't get the deck that supports it, and I'm going to be really sad about it. Need some aggression now. Fiendfire is aggression. Ooh, Vajra is just like an upgrade of our aggression across the board. And if I take the Vajra, I can also get a... No, I can't get a Shrug It Off. Damn. Just short. I have to take the Fiendfire. Fine. Okay, do I go for the Emerald Elite right now? I do, definitely. There's no two ways around that one. By hand and Emerald Elite. Thread and Needle started combo with 4 plated armor. Alright. Intimidate, Thunderclap, Reckless Charge. Take none of those. We'll drop the skill potion for a block potion here, actually, because a lot of the time when I use the skill potion, I'm effectively just looking for block. May as well cut out the middleman. So lethal next turn is Bash Strike. Alright. Rampage is a scaling damage in the deck. It would have been perfect for the previous deck as well. Pair, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 10. Not as important as the Sapphire Key. This deck is ill-equipped to take out these enemies, but since the middle enemy is dealing the most damage, and Rampage will still deal 6, but also Bash will, not in a bad position to use those. So I can save 5 HP this turn by using a block potion. That's pretty low, especially considering I heal 6 HP at the end of the combat, and because I'm on full HP, that's totally fine for us to just rely on that. Sweet. Havoc Thunder and Dropkick. No. I mean, the best here is Havoc, right? But we can't burn out Rampage. And a lot of the time, we don't want to burn out Fiendfire here. And we don't have any Exhaust Synergy, so it's like there's a couple different ways that's not good for us. If I had a shop in a couple spaces, even after this Elite, I think I would have taken that. But I don't, so I won't. Because I don't. When I already have 4 plated armor, getting 4 more is huge, so really easy pickup there. That only would have dealt 40 damage, so it wouldn't have been enough to take out the frontliner, unfortunately for us. So this Metallicize now means it's incapable, like I'm incapable of taking damage for the rest of the combat. So I can effectively just wait until I get my Rampage out enough times to win. Imagine this with Orichalcum. Woo! 6 more per turn, thank you. 2 strikes with the frontliner, and then the Rampages go on the Sentry from then on. We've got... Yeah, we have exactly 2 strikes left in the deck. I knew that we had them. I just had to double check. So we actually managed to get through this fight flawlessly. I'm not going to play the Shrug It Off, because if it draws the Rampage, I'd be really sad. It didn't. It's fine. Elite down, taking no damage. Kunai every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex, as well as... No. Those cards don't go here. Those cards don't even go here. Alright, upgrade that Bash. Extra turns of vulnerability make it more likely that we'll hit that on a Rampage turn. Rampage? Rampage? Important I wake up the enemy with a Rampage. And then Fiendfire to thin down my hand. Or double strike in order to get a point of dex. It's double strike. There's a good argument made either way though. Alright. So I'll take 4 damage this turn in order to get that out. Unfortunately, that also loses me a point of plated armor. Sweet. Oh, that's a really good Fiendfire right there. Boom. Centennial Puzzle, the first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards, as well as Rage and Anger. So Anger actually makes a lot of sense here, just because the more Angers we have in the deck, the more that we can dilute the deck after we burn everything out from the Fiendfire. But more than that, it gives us the ability to trigger Kunai more commonly. Rage actually doesn't make sense, because it is not affected by decks. It does seem like it should be, but it would be broken if it were. Well, Ironclad doesn't have much access to decks, is the thing. I wonder if it would be broken. I don't think it would be. Alright. 3 strikes that turn would have been the point of Dex, but... Don't draw Rampage! Didn't draw Rampage, sweet. I get to Fiendfire to put the enemy on the ground, burn some cards that I don't want in the deck. I have to play the Rampage this turn, but only costs us 1. So 50, yeah. Just making sure we wouldn't take damage after we did that. Alright, so we've now lost almost all of our plated armor. But our dex is getting higher. So we lose the plated armor, but pick up the dex, so now our defense are more effective. Look, I'm not perfecting this boss anyway. It's fine. It's fine. Dash, anger, anger. And defend for full. Beautiful. That's a kill. Oof, what do I even put in this deck? Juggernaut? Yeah. We have 2 different sources in the deck of end of turn gain block. Yeah, it's extremely Juggernaut. Ooh, we could do a Juggernaut deck. Ooh, that could be good. It is definitely Snecko Eye. Why is it Snecko Eye? The anger needs to be cut from the deck in order to make this. Sure. But we have Juggernaut, Fiendfire, and Bash being the 3 cost cards in the deck. But most importantly, it means that we get 2 extra cards each hand, which means Fiendfire is 20 extra damage. That will give us the ability to straight up murder elites immediately. It's also worth noting we don't have any energy options here, so it's not like it's competing heavily against something right now. Alright. It's now about whether or not I decide to go for the early shot. So yeah, here, Fiendfire is just an insta-kill on a target. So I need to have 5 cards left in hand, so that means I can play 1 defend, then I can Fiendfire. Yeah. One down. That anger does need to get out of the deck, 100%. I totally agree with the point that I'm assuming you're making. Also, cycling through our deck a lot more quickly gets us to that Rampage more commonly. The Rampage might not be, you know, costed how we might like 100% of the time, but it doesn't make it ill-effective. No. Liquid Bronze could actually be really important this floor, specifically if I end up fighting the Book of Stabbing. Medical Kit is always really, really, really interesting as this character, but it's up against Hand of Greed. So Medical Kit is really interesting as... Oh, I mean, Bag of Preparation is also really, really... Not Bag of Preparation, but Bag of Marbles is also really good because our opening hand is 7 cards. If any of those cards happens to be Fiendfire, on a lot of normal combats, that's an instant win. But Medical Kit is really good as this character because there's a lot of cards that put... hang on. Let's think about this for a second. There are a lot of cards that put statuses into your hand or deck. Deck, I'm still denying myself a draw, but I have a lot of draw power from the Snacka Eye, so... But I'm trying to think what card puts statuses into my deck, discard pile, or hand, and would be something that I would want to play in a Snacka Eye deck. Because God, I'm speaking at 1,000 miles an hour. Because the obvious one is power through, but power through is 1 energy. Would I pay power through for 2 energy? Yeah, I would. You know, 20 block for 2 energy. That's pretty significant. For 3 energy? Eh. But the problem is, am I going to take medical kit on the off chance I get that? Probably not. It feels like Hand of Greed is the right choice here. It's also just a lot of damage. Hand of Greed is very effective. Also, Corruption, interestingly enough, not a bad decision here. Taking it though. Alright, I'm gonna want 2 more rests before I get the question mark, because the question mark might be the beggar, and the beggar asks for 85 gold. Well, actually, there's 2 different beggars. One of them asks for 85 gold, and another one asks for 75 to remove a card. But I don't have that yet. So Fiendfire is 15, 15 by 5, 15 by 4 is 60, so 15 by 5 is 75. It's lethal. Sweet. Nope. Yeah. I'll take the special relic here. The mutagenic strength is really, really good if I happen to draw the Fiendfire in the opening hand. And I do. Sweet. That said, I probably don't use it here. Non-minion enemy? I mean, these are minion enemies, so I'm not going to benefit from that. I think I might actually just want to strike Rampage. I'm definitely going to card draw. Okay, strike Rampage Anger. Is there any way I can kill all of the available targets on the board? There is. Don't use Rampage. It's Hand of Greed, Strike, Anger. That's also playing 3 attacks. That's worth. It's worth. Get 'em, boys. That is an awful, awful thing. So the Gremlin leader on the first turn buffed, second turn attacks. That's absolutely awful. That's like worst case material. Worst case. Is it worst case material? Yeah, it is worst case material. Sorry, I was trying to think what I would actually call it. That is what I would call it. Bash Fiend 5 for the kill. Sweet. Elite down. This deck would not be working this well without the Snecko Eye. Some people are just really against Snecko Eye, so I have, like... Oh, Metallicize is still okay in this deck. No, I'm not taking it. Oh, Rage is... No. The deck is not a Juggernaut deck yet. It could be, but it isn't yet. Flame Barrier is really good for this deck. A lot of people are just extremely against... Brutality and Rupture would actually be really good for this deck because of the self-forming clay. But a lot of people are extremely against the idea of Snecko Eye for any deck, whenever, for all... Never play that. Never play that card. That's a bad position. And I honestly think I'm going to stop entertaining it. It's extremely powerful. And when it works in my runs... People like, oh, well, when it works in my runs, those people don't comment. When it doesn't work, they come out in force to say, see? Snecko Eye doesn't work. I'm just not going to entertain that anymore. I spend far too much of any episode where I pick up Snecko Eye justifying why I picked up Snecko Eye, and I have to imagine it's as grating on viewers as it is on me to do. 20 damage for 2 energy. It's not bad. Well, I mean, the 2 energy. 20 damage for question mark energy. It's like a bad Hand of Greed for us, though. And it dilutes the power of our Hand of Greed by making it less likely to be drawn. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of that turn. Cool, we have 2 power cards in our hand. In our deck. We're actually not unlikely to pick up more. was really hoping that would hit one of the defends. It's okay. Sweet. That's a big hand right there. All right. Do I just Fiend Fire, insta-kill it? Yeah, I do. God, if I had a Feel No Pain, the Fiend Fire would kill the Centaurian, and then the Feel No Pain would do a bunch of damage to the backline for me. Could have played the Metallicize first there, actually. It's not going to matter, but I could have done that. This enemy doesn't have powerful enough attacks for it to actually matter that I didn't do that. If I played the defend that turn, the enemy would already be dead, but also they are. Pre-upgraded Clothesline. The ability to weaken an enemy, especially because we have the champ coming up, it's pretty big. I still have all of my strikes in the deck. Replacing those with bites is pretty good. Helps me sustain during a combat. Hand of Greed and Juggernaut both need to be upgraded, but Juggernaut more so because it's more impactful in a long-term fight, and obviously the fight I'm most concerned with right now is the upcoming long-term fight against the champ. Get my point of dex. Get my point of dex, extract my pound of flesh. I would love to get a better hand than this. Oof, that's bad. So I can't even kill a target this turn. That's real bad. Yep, this will happen occasionally with the Snacka Eye. That doesn't make it not worthwhile. Nope, said I'd stop doing that. Come on, bunch of zero cost bites. Couple low cost bites at the very least. All right. None of those. I think we are better prepared against elites than we are against the boss at the end of the run. I want to take the elite. So Fiendfire needs all of those if it's going to instantly kill the backliner here. Oh, no, it doesn't! Right. I forgot about the mutagen strength. So I could have played the extra defender. This is a really good combat for us so far. Kind of making up for the previous one. Come on. Ornamental Fan. Every time you take 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block, as well as a Dex Potion. We'll take none of those. I desperately want to not have to upgrade here, but I feel like I need to. I'm resting. Got us exactly back to full HP though. Ideally, I want to burn Anger out of the deck with the Fiendfire. And pretty much everything except for Rampage and a bunch of defense. Okay. Yeah, I do want to play 2 more attacks before I start playing any of my other cards this time. Then I'll play my Dex Potion as well. Was really hoping for another attack there. I don't get the Metallicize out here, but then if I play the Fiendfire, I also burn out all my defense and the Metallicize, so that's just instant death for us. As much as I desperately want to get that Fiendfire out soon, it's not the right time. If this hits the Metallicize, we can burn this hand. It didn't. We do manage to weaken the enemy this turn, though. Would it have been okay to burn the Metallicize that hand? Metallicize is 7 damage a turn is the thing. It's difficult to pretend that doesn't have a ridiculous amount of value. Not to mention the 3 defense a turn it is. 1, 2, 3. Maybe I Fiendfire for literally just 1. Get it out of the deck. Because Fiendfire is not going to be a finisher here. We're going to be weakened consistently. We just need to be able to defend. And with our 5 decks, we will be able to. No, I'm burning out a Bite as well. Gosh, Bite. Bite defend. Bite defend. I didn't get to burn out the anger, but that's okay. As long as I don't play it, we'll be okay. More down. Sweet. So we will be vulnerable on the turn where the enemy uses execute, but... Oh, neat. We get to weaken them as well as defend for a pretty ridiculous amount. That went extraordinarily well for us. If we can get an energy relic after this boss fight, we're in it to win it. Barricade. Juggernaut is obviously huge, but Barricade means that I get to keep my block for the entire game, and we have a lot of block in this deck. And Barricade, I don't need to upgrade it because it's already... its upgrade is that it changes its cost down 1. Fine, but its cost is randomized, so it doesn't matter at all to us. Ouch. So I definitely can't take the Runic Pyramid, otherwise you end up with high cost cards in your hand that you can never get out, and I don't want to take the Tiny House. I have to take the Mark of Pain in this situation. I need the extra energy. Thankfully, the 2 wounds that are put in our deck will be slightly negated by the fact that I have the ability to burn them out with the Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain? No, with the other card. With the you know, you know what I mean. Don't pretend you don't. Fiendfire. $13, $15s, 28, 31. Okay, so we can kill the midliner. It doesn't get us money because it's not technically a non-minion enemy. Well, it's actually not technically a kill rather than not technically a non-minion enemy, but let's ignore that for the moment. Sweet. Entrench is really good for this deck as well. There's another card that I don't have to upgrade that gives a ridiculous amount of value for us. Sweet. Just a Darkling to go. I even get the money for it. Neato. Upgrade a card? Sure. Probably the Hand of Greed. That 5 extra damage is pretty significant. Alright. I should have played the... Yeah, that was entirely dumb on my part. I should have played the 1 defend that I could have played first, because it having its cost reduced was never going to affect my hand. Fiendfire? Yeah. None of those are the cards that I still want in my deck. And at this point, I'm well set to just wait until the enemy dies. Although I should actually still try and defend myself and then bite once more. No need for any of those. I've got to decide whether I'm being a bit too cocky by going for 2 more elites. No, I'm going to go for the shop. Shockwave is really good here as well. Shockwave as well as card removal on one of our lower cost choices. Ooh, but Bottle Tornado putting the barricade in our opening hand. And a Shockwave. Come on. And barricade still does have its cost randomized. Okay, so that one's been fixed at the very least. Sweet. I mean, barricade in the opening hand is pretty ridiculous. It's a bit rough to beat. So we should be good to finish off Ascension 17 here. It only took us... How many attempts did we make this episode? It only took us that many. Plus last episode and the episode before that. I mean, we'll just ignore those, though. Those aren't necessarily relevant to the conversation that we're having at the present time. Yeah, it did downgrade the cost of the hand, agreed, but it was important that I did them in the right order. Because it depended what had its cost lowered as to what I ended up playing that turn. Sweet. No, Reaper doesn't go in this deck. Kind of uniquely doesn't go in this deck. Shockwave needs an upgrade. 2 extra turns of weaken and vulnerability on all enemies is amazing. Okay, so I should play one of the 1-cost bites before I play the barricade here. Just because that would have been the least impactful thing to have hit. I probably want to leave the Fiendfire in this deck for a while. Oh, but that's 0 cost. It doesn't even do any damage this turn, Ryan. What are you thinking? Enemy was intangible. There was no way that was going to be the right play. Playing those in the right order guaranteed that I got the whole handout. Still not playing Anger here. Fiendfire is lethal. Bite doesn't need to happen first because we have the Burning Blood. No need for any of those, though. Did the very end of that in the wrong order. I could have taken no damage this turn. But actually taking 1 damage this turn might be beneficial. Not that I did it correctly or anything like that, but it might be beneficial for the extra draw that we have this hand. So I can Fiendfire the front line at the moment to kill them. Also burns out both of the wounds in the deck. And I don't take a significant amount of damage compared to the fact that I'm going to heal back up with the bites and the burning blood. I haven't got the... Oh, no, wait, I do have Barricade out. I was about to say, I haven't got Juggernaut out this turn. Or yet, so it doesn't matter whether or not I use my defend. It still mattered. Nope. Pot of Flame, upon pickup, choose an attack. Started combat that in your opening hand. I mean, we could put the Juggernaut in our opening hand. Sorry, the Juggernaut. I mean, the Fiendfire. But that's... We're doing it. We want all of those bites and all of these defenses upgraded. Probably the Metallicize first, actually. It's consistent. Lose a single defend. Whew. Lucky we had a neat option there to actually remove. All right, I'm going to recall in this position because I'm probably going to want to rest after the elite fight at the very end here. If I even decide to go for it, I might decide not to. There were very few colorless cards we were going to take there. I'm going for it. Worst elite for me would have been the one that I just fought. So, feeling pretty good. Sure. Fiend fired out. Not a particularly useful card there. In this combat, the enemy doesn't multi-attack. Sweet. And it got me the full defense that turn, as well as a point of dex, so, you know, hard to complain. If it wasn't an Anger that was 0 cost, I would play Bite, another attack, and then the Hand of Greed here, but it's definitely Juggernaut now instead. Should have played the Bite first, though, first. My bad. Still haven't found a copy of Entrench. Would really like one of those. They look super neat. It's really important that I play Rampage basically every time I draw it. Still, because I don't have a Body Slam in this deck, and I can't find one for the life of me, so... Enemy's already vulnerable. They're already weakened as well. I think I just go for bites then. Do it in the right order, though. Here's all my HP, so I'm looking to play some defense this turn. Thankfully, we actually got some playable defense this turn. I know, they said it couldn't be done. I might actually get the kill with a Hand of Greed. Hell, it looks like I will, in fact. Got him. Bottled Lightning upon pickup. We have all of the bottles. Wild. Upon pickup, choose a skill. Started combat without your opening hand. Shockwave. Liquid Bronze is actually probably not better than these. They're going to help me nuke out the cultists in the upcoming fight. Another Shrug It Off is really good, though. Even though it's only 1 cost, we need another powerful defensive card in this deck. Speaking of another powerful defensive card in this deck, we probably get an upgrade on one of those Shrug It Offs. Yeah, I still have to play both of those powers, so... Look, if it has to happen, it has to happen. Sweet. We should now just be able to build block until we win. Oh, we didn't even burn out Fiendfire this time. Hell yeah. Again, no angers. Have I had the ability to remove a card since I think I have. Or rather, have I removed a card? Not have I had the ability to remove a card. Because the ability to remove a card, I might have decided that removing a card wasn't necessarily as good. But I think I have not removed a card since I said that I wanted that anger out of the deck. This is going to be a pretty easy... Lame. This is a bad turn. Oh well, what's happened? It's going to be a pretty easy Ascension 17 win for us. If you ignore all of the times that we failed. And I pray that you do. I love that we keep getting the Flame Barrier on the turn that the enemy multi-attacks. We don't deserve it, but we did get it. I would Hand of Greed, but the money doesn't matter after this, so... This is even without Entrench or Body Slam. Like, Entrench or Body Slam, literally one or the other, God forbid both, would take this deck to ridiculous heights. Weakening the enemy would have been really good there, but incrementing the... Because I'm so defended, incrementing the Rampage seems a better idea to me. Should have done the Shrug It Off with the draw first as soon as I realized it was going to be part of the turn. Sweet. Alright, we want to end this turn with the Flame Barrier, so... Close line by Flame Barrier. Yep. This has been pretty remarkable. I am overwhelmingly pleased with this run. Alright, that's our Ascension 17 victory. Now let's go see if it can kill the heart. It depends, really. There's going to be a lot of deck trashing going on, which is going to be really, really sad. No. No. Oh, maybe, actually. Okay, so in the first turn, Orange Pellets, we will play... We will... Oh, God, I hate that we can't get Tori here. But in the first turn, we will actually play a Power Attack and Skill, and we will remove our debuff, quote-unquote debuff, of Confusion. I mean... After we have all of our powers out, then we're still drawing the 2 extra cards a turn. Let's do it. I want to see how this one's going to go. I mean, I also removed the debuff of -3 strength, which is wild as hell. Enemy in the back line's vulnerable, so definitely turn around and hit them. Sweet. So I'm no longer confused. I can now actually play all of the angers as well. Don't think I want to, though. Basically, the game is now, how many times can I bite this enemy? My goal is for the answer to be a lot. Oh, they are putting burns in my deck. Should probably hasten this up then. Sweet. Come on, bite him. That'll do. Runic Dodecahedron. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Runic Dodecahedron, if your HP is full, sorry, gain energy at the start of your turn. Double tap is actually eventually good. No, it's not eventually good for us. Not in this deck. If it was upgraded, it would be. Blood Potion is 5 HP on usage for us. I hate that I don't get to play the Shockwave here. And I'm burning out a Shrug It Off as well as a Defend, but... No, I should leave the Fiend Fire in there. I'm not playing the Fiend Fire this time. Purge all the quote-unquote negatives. Hell, might do it again this turn. This defends me for 3, this heals me for 2. As well as deals a bit of damage for me. Unfortunately, there goes my plated armor. This is a lot of damage we're going to be missing out on from the Juggernaut. Should I put this in my Juggernaut? Get it? We definitely need to weaken the enemy this turn and defend and metallicize. So it's a 50-50 for the metallicize to hit clothesline or defend if I play it right now. If I play the defend first, then it's a 1 in 3 if I play the metallicize, so I have to do the first. It's still not going to be enough, is it? Oh, no, it is, right, because we actually purge our own vulnerability there as well. I wasn't thinking about that. That's the last turn I could have played the Shockwave as well. Really pleased. Rampage is our killer, so we actually just play 2 more attacks here. We need these points of dex. We haven't been getting them fast enough. I'll take my 5 HP there as well. We're almost certainly dead now, but it's not going to stop me from trying. I mean, the enemy is dealing 45 damage this turn. If I do 1 more attack, I'm dead. Wait. No, if I don't, I'm dead. Whatever. I was dead either way, right? I heal for 2 if I play the bite, but I take 1 damage. No, I would have saved myself on 1 HP. Next attack definitely would have killed me, though. So the problem there is that we didn't get the ability to play multiple attacks in the early turns. If we didn't purge, we might have had a better fight there. So the orange pellets may have actually been a debuff for us. Wild. That's our Ascension 17 victory, though, and no Ascension 17 victory against the Harp, but that is okay. That's not what I consider the win victory. For the moment, well, I mean, literally we unlocked Ascension 18. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Actually, the name of the game has been Snecko the Snecko. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.